Hello, everybody, and welcome to the platform where we platform entrepreneurs, creators, and anything and everything that makes our lives better and helps us make more money. Today, I have the wonderful Kamo Moshoeshoe, who is a digital entrepreneur, a filmmaker, and a scriptwriter. And let me tell you something, I am ready to learn so much. I had a conversation with her at an event a couple of weeks ago, and I was just like, I have to have her on my show. Kamo, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michelle, for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I'm really happy to talk about. We're going to talk about today.
I am excited because this is a conversation that a lot of people don't actually talk about. And it was the first time that I actually knew this as an income stream when I spoke to you about. And if you're listening or watching and you don't know what I'm talking about, Kamo is a digital content creator on Pinterest. You guys. I still find that so fascinating. Take me through that journey. How did you discover that this is actually a thing?
Yeah, so I basically back in 2019, I really wanted to go to school overseas. There was an opportunity and I couldn't make it because of funding. And I think the thing that went through my mind was, well, honestly, I should be able to, right? Anyone who gets any opportunity anywhere should be able to say, should be able to approach that opportunity, able to take it if they want to. But unfortunately, we live in a world where the financial aspects are kind of, So it occurred to me, I'm like, wait, obviously I'm online a lot. I've had fan accounts, I've had books, like I've written books online, I've done a lot online. I'm like, hold on. Surely I could earn in a higher currency. Surely I could tap into different markets outside of South Africa. And I did my research, and somehow I just came across the blogging business, the blogging idea, because I'm a writer. So I was like trying to find something that I could do.
That you really enjoy and that is aligned with your strengths as well.
Right, because I'm not like, I'm not so social media influencer savvy.
Like a YouTuber.
I'm not like physically present. I don't want to, And I was like, okay, this blogging thing sounds interesting. I didn't know you could monetize a blog. And at the time, Pinterest was the key traffic driver for
bloggers. Yeah, I remember.
Besides your standard Google SEO strategies, this was like the #1 social platform that people were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bunch of bloggers were like, they make like, I want to say averaging $5,000, $10,000, $60,000, $120,000 a month.
That's a lot of money.
A month.
And in South African rands, like $5,000 would be around what?
Let's say
it's like $5,000 would
has to be over 100.
Yeah,
a month.
Yeah,
and I was like, look, I'm gonna look into this
so I can make the money.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so basically I had been doing a lot of research. I think mainly because I had time for that only. I was studying at the time. Now that I'm done studying, I'm like, we're going in.
Yes, we're actually creating a full business out of it. I love what you talk about when you mention research, because that is such an important part of being able to build a business. And I think, I do get quite a lot of questions on my DM, like, how do I start a business? How do I do this? And I've seen people ask other people those questions and they say research, but people don't actually know what researching is. Like, how do you research? What was that like for you? Was it like going on YouTube? Was it going on Google? What are the steps or the things that you did to actually research for what you actually do now?
I think definitely using Google, Pinterest itself, because the creators are on there. YouTube a bit. It can be helpful to hear people actually speak about their approach. But what I will say though is that in terms of research, I think I did it a bit too long. I don't know. I would suggest if you're in the research phase, make sure that you're not using it as an escape from actually starting and actually putting some effort into what you want to do. I think, as I read so many stories, it's really trial and error in terms of like, just experience it for yourself. It will shape out. Because as you go along, the thing with the internet and social media and like monetizing online, it's like every step in which you encounter an obstacle, you would do your research.
Absolutely.
So it's like, how do I make money online? Okay, you found a strategy, you found a way.
Yeah.
And then when you get there, there's other things. And then you keep researching. Rather just throw yourself into it, go through it. I've actually taken a couple of courses, ebooks, which were very, very helpful.
That's big, because that was part of you educating yourself into what you wanted to do. I love that. And in investment, I can imagine some of them are not free as well.
No. The ones that are free are helpful to a certain extent, and then the ones that aren't usually have very valuable information that isn't really shared. But I just did that because I figured, it's easier to have like one concise place in which you can tackle everything or most things. Absolutely.
That's awesome, because the conversation then goes around letting people know that you don't necessarily have to be a YouTuber. You don't have to be a podcaster. You can find ways to make money in ways that align with the things that you're passionate about. And you're a script writer, you wanted to write, and you thought, how can I monetize this? So you get into this thing and you realize, okay, people are making money, and I need to start creating a business out of this thing. And then you start creating content. What has that journey been like for you in terms of just being able to create on that platform?
I think for me, I'm very I would like to say that in terms of my approach, it's a lot about exploring. And so this year, what I had done, at the half year mark, I decided to go into this, and my first intention was to build my platform on Pinterest. That was the biggest thing for me, because if I had built the product, built the website, built all of that, and pushed out those blog posts, but there was no conversion or there was no audience on Pinterest, I would feel like, I don't know, I would have felt a bit more of a struggle, and I wanted to get over that hurdle first.
I see.
I felt more confident taking that. So it's been a lot of, I've spent, I want to say 2 to 3 months just building my Pinterest.
Oh wow.
So there was no strategies in place necessarily to monetize as of yet. What it was just linking back to my blog posts, which did have affiliate products.
Which is a way of monetizing as well. That's good.
So once I saw what was working, and I think it's different for everyone because it depends on your branding, right?
Absolutely.
So I had to find a specific graphic and branding,
like a look and feel.
That fit, that resonated with other people on the platform.
But it's also true to who you are.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. And then when did you start productizing? Because I know you've got some digital products that you actually sell in dollars.
So I could actually go a bit into that. So I created my product almost in 2 days, I want to say. A digital product, I want to say 2 weeks ago. It launched. It's basically a lock screen for your phone that is Christmas themed, because we're getting into Christmas.
Of course.
And holidays are a great selling point. But they're affirmation lock screens. So on your lock screen, you would have an affirmation.
Nice.
So just a bit about Caleb's Better. It's really about creating a blog that empowers people, motivates people to kind of strengthen their mindset.
Love that.
To launch into creating their lives.
Love that so
on
much.
their terms. So I am into manifestation, law of assumption, growth mindset, but my blog also goes into the lifestyle content, like productivity tips, all of that stuff. And then I have my entertainment section, which I speak a bit about movies and TV because I want to.
As a filmmaker, exactly. Love it.
And that one, I don't even monetize. I just enjoy doing that. And I think it fills up the space quite nicely because I didn't want my my brand to be static.
Yes.
You know, I wanted it to be kind of this place where you can explore and see what fits you, what resonates with you.
And represent who you are as well.
Right, exactly. So launching this product, it's more of like a tester, but also it's something that's true to my brand. So I wanted to see how it would perform. Right now we're in the beginning foundational phases.
Yeah.
And essentially my strategy right now is I am creating idea pins, which is this new thing that Pinterest introduced, I think last year.
Okay.
And so I'll do like short form content or slides, like photo slides, in which people can gain information. If they like that information, they go to my website. You know, it's all about that call to action at the end of the...
And leading people to like a certain platform that you have control over.
Exactly.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I do.
So out of all of the social media platforms, you know, I love each one, to be honest. They have their own unique marker. I would say this one advice really resonated with me by a blogger. She said that any platform could fail you at any moment.
True.
And she realized that even if Pinterest were to leave tomorrow or shut down or whatever, the key is that she has her own website and that there are people subscribed to her mailing list. That for me is like the key point in any online business.
That is very true.
That is where things convert. The person who takes the time to subscribe to your mailing list wants to hear from you, wants to buy your products, wants to buy your services. So Pinterest is just a great way to get that traffic, if you know.
That is so cool. And to be honest, I'm very fascinated about this whole Pinterest idea.
Yeah.
So how are they operating now? I mean, the last time I checked, Pinterest was like a search engine where you'd kind of go and, or if you Google something, Pinterest stuff would show up and the different pins that people have that would lead you to blogs. But I've seen that they started doing things a little bit differently. So what does that look like right now on Pinterest?
So prior to, I think, 2021 and the pandemic, I think Pinterest was just that platform where either you go get your photos and inspos, and it's really that. If Google's not giving you the images you want, you go to Pinterest, honestly.
Absolutely, I'm that girl.
And then if there's any information you want to know more about, go to Pinterest, and you get that information via other people's blogs. And at that point, they were prioritizing standard pins. And then they created something called idea pins.
Okay.
So idea pins are basically, they're pins that aren't linkable. So standard pins are linkable, which might have been a point of frustration for the Pinterest people.
I see, because they're not monetizing.
No.
By that link.
They were at a point just a middleman for someone to go on their platform, to go on another platform. And I think what they really want is to become a social media, to become a place where people can interact, a place where people can create
and build communities.
Exactly. It wasn't that before. Yeah.
And what's hot right now? Are they doing is it short form content?
Yeah, I think every time I post a video, it does really well compared to the images.
Interesting.
But I do think anything can really go as long as you're providing helpful content. I think that's the thing about Pinterest in nature, is that it's branded itself as a place where you can get help, get what you need.
Yes.
Whether that is a picture of it, like a house or fashion inspo, you're getting that help.
Yeah, that's true.
Or if there's like information that you want, right? So I think in a way it's still true to that, as opposed to TikTok, where TikTok is like entertainment led, I think.
Yes, absolutely.
Pinterest still has that vibe of like help, like
getting the help and getting resources.
Exactly.
So this is actually super powerful if you want to get into blogging, or your passion is just writing, you don't necessarily want to be a YouTuber. These are the platforms that you can actually get onto. I love the fact that when you go on Pinterest, it leads you to the person's blog. That's such a beautiful funnel. That's so amazing, because then all you have to do is just to create this short form content that would entice people enough to go onto your blog, to read the rest of the stuff, to buy the digital products and all those things. So where do you kind of see blogging and Netflix in like the next 5 years? Like, where do you think the evolution of it is going?
I would say, okay, so I think that I truly believe, okay, I know that TikTok and other social media platforms are pushing short form content or video content as a way to not replace, but become an alternative for Google. Because right when there's an issue, we Google things.
Exactly.
But lately people will TikTok that or Pinterest that, right? And I think there's only a certain extent to which that could really work. I still think the default is Google, and Google's linking you to articles. And I think if you are trying to be a blogger, I still think that could really work because you're contributing to a platform that basically will link directly to your blog and to your site. I think it's just about creating valuable content.
And I think I personally do see the rise of the other social media networks coming up with something that can help bloggers as well. Even if it's via like linking on a post or linking on a video, but something like that would be able to assist bloggers, because I think we're coming into a world where people are very, what's the word I'm looking for, multifaceted, you know, that not everybody wants to be on camera again, but some people want to do podcasting, some people want to do blogging, and there's different ways that people can express themselves and monetize within that expression, which is really, really great. So what is Kamo working on right now?
So right now I'm still building my brand, K Lives Better.
And by the way, your brand looks amazing.
Thank
on
you.
Pinterest. I've literally been stalking it, so definitely do check her out. Affirmations and the content that you really post is very inspirational.
Thank you.
Very hot, like very soft. I love it. I really do.
Thank you.
Definitely check it out, guys.
I'm working on K Lives Better. I'm working on, I think for me it's just like fitting in a space where I'm like, okay, I have that momentum. So I feel that a lot. And so it'll be my blog, K Lives Better. And then my second brand, which is on the way, the social guide, which I'll be doing with my sister, in which we will be selling products and courses that teach people more about Pinterest and TikTok.
That's gonna be big.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of a gap in the market in terms of like, maybe not so much Pinterest, but TikTok. People don't understand how to use it, how to monetize it, how to grow it. But we have that information, and I think just putting it in one space, that would be very helpful for a lot of people. And then I'm actually going to test out this very interesting thing called a Pinterest VA.
Okay.
Yeah, being a Pinterest VA. So it's like being a virtual assistant.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people don't know about that. There's a lot of ways to monetize on Pinterest, by the way.
That's huge.
A lot.
Sorry. So I think, please just take us through the different ways briefly on how you can monetize on Pinterest. So, because my thing on the platform is that we want to be able to platform things that people can actually start doing. Like people can wake up tomorrow and say, okay, I'm going to go on Pinterest and I'm going to do this, because this in some form can be a side hustle that will eventually become a business. I'm so interested to know.
Yeah, so the first one, okay, let's go through the ones that are coming to mind. The first one is affiliate marketing.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys have heard that.
Yes.
If you Google how to make money online, is probably one of the most popular ways. Pinterest, funny enough, with the idea pins, you can actually link a product. And this is really, really great for affiliate marketing, because once you have that affiliate link, you can just link that product on an idea pin that you're sending out.
I see.
Yeah, so obviously you don't want to be super spammy on Pinterest, or else they like suspend you. Don't be weird. Like try to come up with fresh content that isn't there. So if you're an affiliate of someone or some company, find a way to be unique in the way that you express.
And I think helpful as well, because that is the true nature of the platform.
Right,
it's not to say buy this, but it's to say this can help you XYZ. So here it is. I love that. So we've got affiliate is the first one.
Yes.
And then the second one?
The second one is blogging, which you know I spoke about. You know, just linking back to your website, diverting people, getting those people back to your own site where you have your own products, you have your own services.
Love that.
You know, which is great, because then it's not commission, it's your profit.
All coming to
exactly.
you. Love it.
And then
ownership.
The third one I would say is maybe a little bit of a branch from the blog. Digital products, digital services. You don't have to have a blog. You don't have to do all of that. You could just have a website with your product that sells your product. And then same with affiliate marketing, right? You link the product. It's just that way.
Oh, I
exactly.
see. So, okay, interesting.
And then the last one I'll bring up is the one that I'm going to explore in a bit. Yes, Pinterest VA. So it's Pinterest virtual assistant, and it's essentially just going on freelance websites and branding yourself as a Pinterest VA and helping and providing that service to businesses, individuals. A lot of people don't even want to deal with Pinterest, and I think people underestimate how true that is. Like, it's very true. A lot of people just don't want to deal with it.
It looks complicated, to be honest, if you don't know much about it. There's just so much happening on there.
No, it's true though. It's very true. I think like with the Pinterest VA, the nice thing is that once you can maybe experiment on your own account. Experiment on your own account for a month or so. See if you can build those numbers. If you have that skill, monetize it.
Great.
Go on those freelance websites like Fiverr, Upwork, whatever. And market yourself as a Pinterest VA. People contact you, they say, build my brand, build my business. We pay you for the month, we pay you for the hours.
On Pinterest.
Exactly. Because people don't want to deal with it. So absolutely, you go deal with it.
And it's awesome.
It's actually easier said. It's very easy. It's not that bad. I think you just need to, you will feel it. You will see what performs better. I've noticed like a lot of human, like if you're a person on the,
on the platform,
it does really well. Bigger texts, nicer colors, like clear and concise, details. People like that, and it performs better. You'll just see through that. And then you'll be like, oh, I can actually do this for other brands or businesses or influencers.
Interesting. That is so cool, because even if, let's say, you've got an influencer, a blogger, somebody on YouTube that really wants to kind of extend themselves onto Pinterest, a Pinterest VA would then be able to assist them kind of build their brand, manage that, I love that so much. And I'm actually curious, I mean, just at the top of my head, I'm actually curious to know if people can be like a YouTube VA. Like a Twitter VA, an Instagram VA, where you can run and build someone else's brand on there.
I've heard of the Instagram ones, kind of intimidated. Building on Instagram is definitely a journey, it's a trip. But definitely, I think just like look, even TikTok. When you're on job sites like LinkedIn or something, I'm like, I see big brands looking for a TikTok person. Because they're not going to do it. They want someone else to do it.
Exactly.
So if you are really good at TikTok, there are people, there are brands, there are businesses, anyone who are looking for, like, that skill is super monetizable. I think I see them all the time on TikTok explaining their journeys. I think just go research and see what people are doing.
Absolutely awesome, Kamo. Thank you so much. So as we wrap up the show, we've got a segment that's called the Platform Plug, where we ask you to plug two things. Number one, a content creator that you are absolutely enjoying, that everybody needs to be on the lookout for. And then number two, a resource, a book, a podcast, or something that has really been kind of sparking a bit of creativity for you recently. So,
Okay, cool. I'll plug one content creator. If you guys are into food, what's happening in South Africa, those kind of spots, do definitely check out Atli Eats on TikTok and Instagram. That's ATLI Eats.
Okay, shout out to Atli.
That's my sister. She does really well. She has a lot of advice on where to go and where to have a good time. And then in terms of like a resource, I don't have one specific name in mind. I would just say definitely plug in your keywords on what you're trying to find out about into TikTok and Pinterest. There's a lot of creators that are there that are giving great tips, that are trying to help. Yeah, that's been really helpful and like motivating for me.
Yeah.
But thank you for having me, Michelle.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for making the time, and I think also kind of opening light into this platform. I was so fascinated when I met you a couple of weeks ago and we had this conversation, because I think people don't actually realize that there are a lot of different ways we can make money, but using what we are passionate about and what we love. And what's inspiring about your story is that you are a writer and you just wanted to find a way to monetize within the things that you enjoy. You didn't necessarily give yourself pressure to be in front of the camera or to do what everyone else is doing, and that carving your path is just amazing. So thank you so much. And we absolutely wish you all the best. I can't wait to see what you and your sister are going to actually be launching quite soon. So if you're looking to learn how to make money on Pinterest and on TikTok, they got you. She did mention that they are releasing something, so that's going to be absolutely helpful. But thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you win.
Thank you, Michelle. I hope you guys found it valuable. Definitely just look into it, and like she said, like, you don't always have to be in front of the camera, you know. There's ways to do things, you know, and still monetize and profit.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, let us know what really kind of sparked that light bulb in this episode for you. But other than that, I'll catch you on my next one. Have a good one. Bye.